So in this video, we're gonna talk to you guys about one of these like little secret tricks that I have that not too many people know about for back pain. All right, so I know a lot of you guys are suffering from back pain right now. This is the SKILLZ stick, SKILLZ. You can find it on Amazon, it's 15 bucks. It's basically a therapy / massage stick, but it's different than your typical massage sticks because it's got a very unique position. It's got a very unique shape that the other sticks don't have. Most of the other sticks look like a S when you get them, and it's basically an S hook, right? The thing with this hook is that it's positioned in different ways where you can put better pressure into like your neck or your hip and your shoulder blade, but it has these two little edges on it, which are great for digging into your hip. Why do I mention that? Well, a lot of you guys watching this video right now, especially after, we all just got done being like, basically in solitary confinement for 2 years and not moving around. And everybody has tight hips, tight hip flexors, lower back pain. And unless you're going to the physical therapist or the chiropractor every other day, it's very hard to keep up on your mobility work. And you just get tight, and then before you know it, you're just miserable, right? So this stick is gonna do is let you get into some of those awkward spots that normally you can't get into. Like, we're gonna go into the side of our hip right here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my stick, right? I'm gonna go behind my body, right? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the corner of the stick to kind of really dig into my hip, right inside of here, put some pressure on it, right? I can move around, I can find the different spots, right? Like, I know on my left side, my entire body is garbage. So I got like my TFL, I got a ton of scar tissue inside of my hip that I can really dig into and massage out. I can get into my lower back area. Let's take a walk over here. So with my lower back, this one's a little weird, right? But a lot of you guys who have shifted hips like I do, you're gonna get a lot of tension right here. So typically what I'll do is I'll stand over in front of like a table or something that I can balance on in case I lose my balance. But while I'm in that bent over position and I'm exposed, I can really dig into those small spots in my back. And the name of the muscle is the multifidi, all right? There's small individual muscles that connect each vertebrae of the spine together. Sometimes those get inflamed, and they're like those deeper muscles that are really hard to get to. What I can do is manipulate in my position, right? I can really get in there and relieve some of that tension, bring up some of that scar tissue, and pull and put pressure into my hip or wherever I have to go to without like doing all the crazy stuff that we do to get into our hips, right? Right there is good. Now, another one you can do, right? I'll flip right inside of here. I'll typically dig in the front of my hip right there, right? You can see how it gives me a position where I'm kind of just pulling through versus like trying to push down on top of something. And I'm really able to get into the crevices of my hip where usually I get a lot of my hip pain just from squatting heavy for so many years, right? Another one I do that I like doing personally, right? I'll sit down. Another one that I like doing is from the seated position right here. Typically, two of the spots that a lot of your back pain and your hip pain is gonna come from is your iliopsoas group, right? So like this muscle right here, and the tendon's gonna cross over and go up a little higher, and it's right on the fold of the hip. And another spot is right about like mid-thigh, right about there. You'll feel the spot when you get into it. It's very hard to get to with a foam roller. So what I'll do typically, I'll put the tip of the stick right on the tendon where I feel it tight, you'll feel it. And what I'll do, I'll put one hand right here, I'll put one hand right here, and literally I'm just strumming like a guitar string back and forth over my hip, right? Now, does it feel the greatest? No, it fucking sucks. But what happens is it lets you put pressure, oh, that's good, into those muscles and tendons that are usually a little harder to get to, and I can really kind of bite down on it and push and keep pressure. This hand's controlling it, this hand's putting the pressure down. I'm able to get into some of those tight spots all inside of my hip. You'd be surprised some of the shit you find inside of here, right? I could also really get inside my inner thigh right here. If I had a death wish, I can really sit inside there and like dig. Guys, just watch the bloodline, all right? You know what I'm talking about. And like right there, this sucks. But that's because I usually keep most of my tension. This is the sure head of your inner thigh, right? And you'd be surprised, like a lot of your back tension comes from here. But Jay, that's not where my back hurt, it's not where my eye hurt. I hurt in my back. Well, no shit. You're standing in bad alignment, and the reason why you're standing in bad alignment is because your other shit's off. Usually when you're feeling pain, it's not, the pain you're feeling isn't the problem. The pain is just a symptom of something else, right? What's another going on now? The other one we're gonna do is to do right inside the hip flexor. So usually, if any of you guys have ever gone to the physical therapist and they dig inside your hip flexor, It's kind of like the scene in Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom, where the guy's like fucking Kali Maing his heart out of his chest. Well, they're gonna do that to your insides. They're gonna take the stick and dig inside of you. Now, ladies, obviously, if you're a prego, I wouldn't suggest this one. You gotta watch the ovaries. But you can get right on the edge of that hip and strum and dig safely, right, along the hip flexor, and really release some of that tension on your psoas muscle, right? Yeah, that feels special right there. All right, I'm just using the stick to manipulate and put myself in different positions. You can also take the stick, you can reach around, you get to the neck, right? I like to push sideways onto it, right? A lot of stuff you can do with this bad boy. That really, your own creativity is your only limitation. However, it's the unique shape of this that really gives the difference from the basic S-hook therapy stick. So once again, 15 bucks on Amazon. Actually, I lied. I think it's like 19 bucks. SKILLZ, the SKILLZ stick. It's a phenomenal tool for getting into some of those really hard to reach spots in your lower back, your hip, your neck, your spine, your hip flexor, all that. And it just lets you position everything in a way that's easier to manipulate. So guys, hopefully that helps out. I'm not gonna say and run out and buy one, but you should definitely run out and buy one, especially if you have back pain. Hopefully that helped you guys out. And as we come across new cool tips and tricks, try saying that 5 times fast. We're gonna bring them to you so this way you guys take advantage of them too, all right? Thanks for watching this video, guys. See you in the next one.